Hey there, and welcome to A Well-Rounded Life, the podcast, a space for creative entrepreneurs seeking an intentional life and biz filled with grace, passion, and purpose. I'm your host, Geomyra. I'm a mama, wife, dessert fanatic, and on the ultimate mission to get you closer to your idea of what it means to live a well-rounded life. Right here is where you'll find curated resources, quick tips, and relatable stories, no matter what season of life you're in. So hang out with me for a bit and let's dive in. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to A Well-Rounded Life, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Geomyra, and I am so elated that you are hanging out with me today. I am being joined by a very dear friend in today's episode as we have a conversation about acceptance, the importance of self-love, and what it's really like living and thriving as a gay Black male in this day and age. So just a quick notice, parents, we are going to be having a straight up authentic conversation that may include some adult language and a little kikiing along the way. Google that phrase if you don't know what it means. So keep that in mind if you have your little ones near you. All right. So also, if you are listening, do me a favor, take a screenshot and tag me. I'm at Coach4Creatives over on Instagram so that I can say hi and say thank you for tuning in. And so my friend, TyRon, he has been my friend for years, and he remains one of my closest friends that I feel truly blessed to know and love. And so in honor of Pride Month, I invited my Memphis bestie to the mic to share his experiences, as we hope that by doing so, someone listening will be able to learn, grow, and possibly shift their mindset if needed. So with that said, let me read TyRon's bio as I prepare to bring him to the mic to share his journey and have some fun. TyRon E. Wells is the visionary and lead designer of Wells Design Co., based in Memphis, Tennessee. A native of Vicksburg, Mississippi, TyRon's passion for design began over 15 years ago, and he began designing events for various organizations such as the Black Student Association and his fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, Inc. In 2010, TyRon launched Wells Design Co. shortly after receiving his master's degree. TyRon hit the ground running and began planning and designing events around the country for weddings, social events, nonprofit organizations, interior designs, and holiday decor. As an industry expert, Wells Design Co. continues to be featured in the media, magazines, and blog publications, and has received recognition for their unique designs and attention to detail. Wells Design Company's philosophy is all about teamwork and innovation. The Wells team brings professional, creative, and innovative ideas to any project, which offers a balance to the concepts their clients presents. The best part? Team Wells is just getting started. Without further ado, help me welcome my bestie, TyRon Wells of Wells Design Co. to A Well-Rounded Life. Hello, TyRon. Welcome to A Well-Rounded Life. How are you, BFF?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
Fantastic. This interview has been a long time coming, and so I'm
Ooh,
excited.
child.
I'm excited to chat with you inside of my closet. I'm back in the closet trying to figure out if the sound is going to
Pause.
do it. do it. Oh yeah. So it's interesting. The pun, haha, play on words in the closet.
In the closet.
I'm in the closet. And today's
Come on
show,
out, girl.
come out. Today's show is all about just being free and being accepted for who you are. So, no pun there. But how about you tell our well-rounders a little bit about yourself, your family, company, mission, all the things that you've got going on over there.
Oh, sweet. So, as G said, I call her G. I think a lot of people call her Gia, Jamira,
Oh,
Myra.
but just
Yeah.
just don't call me
Oh,
out my name. But yeah.
oh, no. So, as G mentioned, my name is TyRon Wells. I am the owner and creative director of Wells Design Company, based in Memphis, Tennessee, where we specialize in events, weddings, holiday decor. I'm also getting ready to launch Wells Interiors soon, so be on the lookout for
Oh,
that part.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. Yes, you guys, he is amazing. And on Instagram, he is at Wells Events. And when you scroll his IG, you will see that he does phenomenal work. Weddings, events, interiors, holiday. Oh my gosh, holiday is his jam. So make sure you are following along so you can get some inspiration for your tree, because I'm always stalking the page for that. So this year we're going to get you to the DMV so you can hook my tree up. All right. And so, TyRon, we are celebrating Pride Month. And when I thought about Pride Month and we were talking about, okay, we're going to bring you on the show. And it just happens to be the perfect time to bring you on the podcast. And so you live, love, and you move as a gay Black man. However, that has not always been the case. So when did you decide to break free and fully live as you were created to be? I know that's a loaded question, but take us back.
Loaded question. So let me backtrack. So I live my life fully as a gay Black Christian male.
Well, throw that in. Hallelujah.
I am a God-fearing man, so don't get it twisted.
Praise him. Yes.
Listeners. So what was the question again? Because I wanted to
you got to throw that in there. I love the Lord. Yes, I get it.
I love the Lord.
I love him. Yes. So basically, you just live as who you are. You, like I said, as a gay Black Christian male in the United States. And so I am just curious to know, like, when did you decide to just show up as your true, authentic self, as you are, as you were created to be in his vision? So tell us about that.
I want to say maybe when I was 26, 27, I moved out of my parents' home, purchased my own home, purchased my own car, started grad school, and realized that I was a full-fledged adult and only could answer to nobody but myself and God. And at that time, I had and still do, a wonderful relationship with the Lord. So if he could accept me for who I am and my mother could accept me for who I am, then gosh darn it, everybody else could too. So
yeah. So that's all that matters. So at 27, so you were a grown man. I was gonna say another word, but we're gonna try to keep it light.
Just go ahead and lay it out there.
You was a grown ass man.
Yep.
There it is. So you were a grown man, but so that to that point, when you were in high school, middle school, college, whatever, at that time, were you out?
No, I was not out. As a matter of fact, the high school days were very challenging for me because I could not accept me for me. So I went through an identity crisis. I put my mom through a lot because she really didn't know what was going on with me until I had a situation in college and I was kind of forced to come out about my lifestyle or sexuality or whatever.
I'm about to say, it's not called a lifestyle, bro.
It's not. It's right. It's not a lifestyle.
This is you, and you ain't changing. You really lifestyle to go. No. This is it. This is it. And let me give a warning really quickly to people that are listening. We are really, really close in real life, so we may.
I mean, this is my good Judy, y'all. Y'all do not understand.
So he calls me G, aka Judy, and I may refer to him as Joseph. So don't be confused. But I say that because we're having an authentic conversation, and so you're just listening in on two friends, just getting to know each other on a deeper level. Like that's the goal of this episode, and hopefully you will find something that will make you think about how you treat people in your life that may have a sexual orientation or identify differently, or you have a child that may be going through something. So it just helps open doors to, situations similar to what we are discussing. So in college, all the things, you were out here dating females, going to prom, putting on corsages, and
all of that.
All of the things. All of the things. Was your thought that maybe one day you would, or are we going to try to just live your life, heterosexually? Like, what was your thought there?
My thought at that time was that I was going to try to live my life as a heterosexual male. A lot of that had to do with my upbringing. So as I stated, I'm a Christian in Memphis, the buckle of the Bible belt. So we were already taught from a young age that being same gender loving was completely wrong. You're condemned to hell. So I went through this whole process of trying to, purge myself of something that was not quote unquote Christian like. So that was the plan. I dated a young lady for 7 years.
What?
7 years. The crazy part, we're still good friends to this day.
I know who you're referencing because I know you said this is a girl you dated, but 7 years.
7 years. Yep.
Wow.
7 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Y'all about to get married.
Basically. Basically.
Wow.
So.
Did she have any clue that you were battling with identity crisis?
So during the latter days of our relationship, after we had kind of moved on, separate ways, she approached me about it. And I was just honest with her and I told her, yeah. And she said she knew that, but she loved me enough.
Mm-hmm.
She loved me enough. But I loved her more to release her from that type of bondage because it was an emotional roller coaster for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going through what I was going through. And when I went through what I went through, it made her go through what she went through. And God knows, like other things. So
yeah, no, that's interesting because there are a lot of people who secretly deep down know and they see the signs, but they love someone enough that they will just try to just brush over it or act like it's not their reality. But you can't fully live authentically in your purpose and all the things if you are living a lie or a secret. And so, I just really hope that if someone is in that situation, that they can love themselves and their partner to just be honest and truthful, because that's what really matters at the end of the day. Yeah. And so, what was your experience coming out to your family, your friends? You're in a fraternity, your church family, you choir boy, like what the heck was that like?
Well, as a choir boy, I think I kind of fit the description of. So I think that was fairly easy. I think the hardest part was having a conversation with my mom. So, as I previously stated, I came out to my mom because of a relationship that I was in that went sour that I kept away from everybody. And I didn't know how to deal with it. So it just kind of put me in a position to just have the conversation with my mom. She's a very cool woman.
She's amazing.
She was very, very accepting. And as a matter of fact, I think she was kind of like pissed off at me a little bit because I had kept it from her. But she told me, you're my child, you're my firstborn, you changed my life. I will always love you regardless, or whatever. You're still a good person. So once I received that information from her, it was completely fine. Yeah. It was okay. Yeah.
That's amazing.
As far as like, I still deal with the ups and downs with my fraternity brothers, and that's expected. It is what it is. I can't cry over spoiled milk, even though some of them are family members, but that's cool.
Don't do it. We'll move on.
As far as like church, like I said, I fit the description.
Okay. Finally.
So I think people, when people started to realize that TyRon was TyRon and he did not change, my heart was still the same or whatever. A lot of the judgment ways went out the window. And that's what I can say about a lot of my close church members. They never like really nailed me to the cross about it, put it like that.
Right. No, I can say like when I first met you, I didn't know either way what, how you identified. I just knew that I liked you a lot and that we just clicked instantly. Honestly, don't even know how it came up in conversation, if you even mentioned it. I was like, he's a pretty cool dude. You were in the creative space at that time. I was still planning weddings. So we shared a likeness on those, the wedding industry. So, we bonded over that and, drinks, and we like to just have a
Mhm.
good time. And then maybe, of course, down the line after a couple of drinks and we both listening to Beyonce, then maybe that,
It really came out.
that's when it came out.
I think I know what it was. So I will tell you this. There was a point in my life I sought out to prove that my sexuality did not define me.
Mm,
So I will always have the conversation with my clients, or, when we first met, and I don't know if you may remember or not, I don't, I'm just assuming that this is probably what happened, was that I'll tell you, like, well, look, I'm gay. So either you
yeah.
deal with it or you don't deal with it. Like, if you
Look, I'm
can't deal with
black.
it, then that,
I'm black.
right.
Deal with it. I mean,
Deal with it, like, and then I realized that all of that BS is not even needed. It's
no,
not.
no.
People love you for who you are, and if they can't see past uh the fact that I am a same gender loving Black Christian male, then you know what, I almost want to go Terica on there, like F it.
Hey, shout out to Terica. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. No, but we had this conversation about how back in the day you would put a disclaimer almost. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
go around telling people I'm straight. I don't go around telling them I'm black or a female. Like, what difference does it make? But some people have to do that. And your reasoning, you told me before, was what? Do you remember the conversation?
Don't.
Okay, so
Refresh
your
my
answer
memory.
was you were afraid that if you got in too deep with people and then you told them that you were gay,
Yeah. Yeah.
then they
Yeah.
would want to backpedal and then cut
Yep.
you off, and you didn't want to deal with the heartbreak. So you just put it out there in the beginning. And I'm
Right.
like, that's not necessary. We love you for who you are. We can keep it moving. So, and that's just unnecessary, and it's tough. And I do feel like the new age, the younger generation, they don't have it nearly as challenging as back in the day. Because I remember in high school, you'd hardly ever heard of on anyone being gay or coming out of the closet back in high school. But now my
Hmm.
niece, she's got friends that are gay in middle school and high school. And you're like, this is
Yeah.
completely different than how I grew
Yeah.
up.
It sure
Mm.
is. It's part of the norm.
It's like,
Look, we can turn on the TV and just watch regular TV, and you will see a same gender loving
mhm,
couple on just everyday
anything.
TV. So it's like
Mhm.
it's part of the norm now.
It is. And it's funny because I remember Peyton being probably like 8 and watching Modern Family, like parts of it with her
Hmm.
dad. And I'm like, I wasn't familiar with the show, but they did have a same gender loving couple. And I love that term that you use. I have rarely heard it, so we're gonna rock with
It's
that.
so political, right?
Yeah, it definitely is fancy. So I had told my husband, remember I called you and I was like, so we need to talk to Peyton about what it means to, be a same gender loving family. Because
Hmm.
some of her classmates now at this age have two, same sex parents, like two moms or two dads.
Hmm.
And so we had like a conversation about it. And so at a young age, she's able to accept and love everybody for who they are, regardless of their religion, color of their skin, how
Hmm.
they identify, because we raise our children in this household that it's not your job to judge people because that is how they were created to be. Because
Hmm.
how would you feel if someone treated you differently because your hair was black and not blonde or purple, like whatever it is? And so I
Hmm.
think, if you start them off young to accept and people for who they are, and to love them for who they are, that's your only job, then they'll be all right in life. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do remember that conversation. And speaking of that though, why do you feel some people have an issue accepting others for who they are, rather it be, how they identify, their ethnicity? Like, why do people get so hung up on what somebody else is or what somebody else is doing?
I think, and kind of correct me if I'm wrong, it's almost like a black and white situation. I think we're taught to think a certain way as children, and we take those thoughts and apply it to our everyday living, and it becomes a part of our norm instead of seeking out uh, the truth, or reality, or understanding that TyRon is different than Tyrone. Tyrone is straight, but TyRon is gay. But they're both like amazing people.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the sexuality should not, change how I view about them because they both do good to people,
Hmm.
period. So I think a lot of it has to come with the upbringing. Prime example, like you and Theo are raising your children to love people unconditionally,
Right.
right? No judgment at all. And I think if a lot of families start applying that principle, starting at home, even in church, then this world would be a so much better place. It would be
Absolutely.
so much better. So,
Yeah, that is so true. It does start
yeah.
at home, and we can, I mean, we could have a whole conversation about how that relates to Black Lives Matter movement, all the stuff
Hmm.
happening overseas right now. It's one of
Oh,
the things
man.
where if your parents are setting, like planting hateful seeds, then what do
Hmm.
you expect to grow? And I just think
Right.
that it is our job to just change. Like even if you were brought up like that or whatever it is, it's your job to flip the switch to make it okay
Hmm.
so that there is more love and is more acceptance, so people do not have to live in fear, literally for their lives. Like I know in the gay community and trans community, all that, people are fearing for their lives at this point unnecessarily. Like
Yeah.
it's just not cool.
And it shouldn't be like that.
Not at
Should
all.
not be like that at all. I should be able to go out, get in my truck, go grocery shopping, and not be fearful of the fact that somebody's going to attack me because I am gay.
Do you feel like
That's
that
it.
now, like as an adult who's been gay and out and you just move as who you are? Do you ever go places or feel afraid that someone is possibly going to do something to harm you?
Um, at one point I did.
Hmm.
Now I'm sorry. Like you want to throw hands, I'm about to throw hands back. I'm just that type.
All right, reel it in,
I'm
Christian.
just,
Reel it in.
yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm about that life. I'm like,
Oh
so,
man.
and I think the way that I carry myself, uh, people would not approach me like that.
Okay, thug
They
life.
don't. They don't want that. Yeah, they don't want that type of smoke. So.
What up with an explicit warning? Like we do not promote violence on the show. Like so
do not. But if you knock on my door, I'm gonna open it, and we gonna have a good old time.
I respect it. Memphis comes out. I get it. I love it.
Man.
Oh man. Okay, so let's move on to my next question. When you think back to your earlier years, we kind of talked about that a little bit. Is there something you wish you would have done differently as it pertains to you just being yourself, your true authentic self? Like looking back, if there's a moment in time you could change, what would that be?
Yeah, my ninth grade year, because that's when that whole identity crisis started. I wish I would have just been upfront with my mom. Would just came out and just been my true self. Um, that particular year was very altering for me because I changed career paths. I started out as a creative, and because there's such at that time, it was easy to attach gay people to art and dance and things like that. I didn't want to be associated with that because of growing up in church and all this other type of stuff. So I decided to pursue a whole IT career, which was not what I was supposed to do. So it caused a lot.
You're gonna get real
it,
techie. Yeah.
yeah, it caused a lot of ups and downs in that particular year, which had to be like 96. Yeah, back in 96. So I would most definitely change that. I would still pursue the creative side of me, as well as tell my mom that, no, hey, I'm gay. It is what it is. I'm a good person. We're gonna make this thing work. So
Yeah. No, absolutely. I can totally see wishing that you would have just been who you were meant to be earlier.
mhm.
But the blessing is from the lesson, you can bless someone else who may be going through something similar so that they don't
Yes,
have to wait as long and that they can just, be who they are.
that
And
is true. But if I can piggyback off that, uh, so yeah, my story is out there, but we're dealing with a generation now where they don't even care.
No.
They come out the womb being whoever the hell that they want to be.
Right.
And either you go accept it or you not accept it. And it is what it is with them. So I'm glad that my story one day would be out there, but it's more exciting to see that these children now, I'm saying children, I'm 40 years old. I'm
Okay.
saying children.
I mean, 18, that's a child. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been that could be your child, technically. So,
Oh gosh, don't remind me.
so, I mean, 18-year-olds right now that's going to college. I mean, we could have birthed
Oh
them.
God.
Well,
That is true.
you're older than me, so. So, no, but there are children living in certain parts of the United States or small towns or places, certain religion or churches where you better not think about coming out,
Yeah.
even in
Yep.
this day and age. So
That
there are
still
still some.
exists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it still exists. And even let's get out of the United States, certain countries, they're
Oh
still
gosh.
killing you and doing all the things. So my
Yeah.
how far we've come, but my how we still have a long way to go,
Mhm.
in that as well. And so what has been the most challenging part about being a Black, gay, Christian man in America?
What has been the most challenging part? Oh, I don't know if I should go down this road or not, but I'm just
Uh-oh.
gonna do it. Finding true love.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I can see that.
it has been very challenging. And I'm sure if you have a conversation with other same gender loving people or individuals, they would tell you the same thing.
Do you
Finding true love.
do you feel like that's a gay thing, or do you just feel like in general, do you think, like, I have single friends that are, in our late 30s, approaching 40s,
Hmm.
who have not found true love as of yet. So do you think
Hmm.
that matters, or do you think that's just where you just happen to be in life?
Um, it could be a combination of both. I just think it's so magnified now, being that we have been given the opportunity to also marry and
Hmm.
have children
Right.
and things like that. But you want to share that portion of your life with somebody that you truly love.
Hmm.
So trying to find that, and it's can be challenging. It just magnifies that. So I mean, not taking anything from the straight community, because I'm sure that it exists. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But I think that since we've been given the freedom to love like the heterosexual community can love, then we're still trying to figure it out and trying to find,
Right.
a good solid foot in this whole like life. So equality can exist. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I when you made the point about being able to marry and even have children, it took a long time for gays to be able to be married, and then it even more challenges for you to even try to have a family. Like, regardless if you're gay or straight, you may have always wanted to be a father, and
Yeah.
it makes it challenging that you're not able to do that as easily as someone else. And even just an
Yeah.
adoption sense, like if me and my husband want to go adopt a child, it may or may not, I could be assuming, be easier for me to do that versus you and a future husband of yours,
Hmm.
for whatever reasons
Yeah.
there. When I'm sure you and whoever you end up marrying are going to be amazing parents and love the kids the same way me and Phil would love the same kid.
And that's all should matter, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But hey, people infuse their personal views and processes, and it kind of alters that. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I can totally see that. And so, from your experiences, what is a misconception that you feel some people may have towards people in the LGBTQ? What's the new letter? It's another letter I'm missing.
girl, just started A B C D E F G. Look,
we
look.
joke.
I
We joke
stop.
about that.
I stop
Yeah.
at the T because all of the other alphabets that come after that, I'm still learning those.
And you know what? But that's the part that I love. Like, I'll call or text him, and I'll be like, well, "What does this mean? Or is this offensive, or whatever?" And it's great to have a
Uh-huh.
friend where you ask questions openly, knowing that it's coming from a place of love and just really wanting to understand. And so I know we had a
Mhm.
conversation about pronouns. Pronouns are like
Oh God.
all the rage right
Yeah.
now. You
Yes.
better put that she, her, he, they, whatever on your what is it, Zoom when you want to on the
Yeah.
chat. But I was like, well,
You will
Tyrone,
lose your job.
yeah, I was like, Tyrone, what does that mean? And he's like, girl, I'm trying to keep up. He's like, I'm just gay.
Yeah, I'm just gay. Look.
I'm just the G in the
Yeah.
whole thing. But what are some misconceptions that people have about others in your community?
Ooh, that we are very promiscuous.
Hmm.
Uh, and that is not true at all. That because I'm gay, I like every man that I
Why you gotta do
see.
the neck roll like that?
Cause I just, I it's just I'm like, no, just like you have standards, I have
Yeah,
standards
he is
too.
not my
Like
type.
you need to
Yeah,
have a job, you need to have your own house, you know what I'm saying? You need to have goals. I'm not want to just because you a man and you fine doesn't mean that I want you.
facts.
So
Right.
that's a misconception.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. That we don't love God.
Mm.
We go to church just as much as the straight people. We can shout just as hard as the straight people. We can sing just as good, you know, as the straight people. So that's a misconception.
I got one that I
Yeah.
just thought about that went back to your arts situation. Even on the flip side, I know there are some people that think that men that are dancers or that are floral designers, that all of
Mhm.
them have to be gay because they do that. And that,
And that is not true.
right,
I
right.
know a lot of straight men that are dancers, that are creatives, that are singers, that are floor designers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
doesn't mean
Again,
that they're gay.
accepting people for who they are
Yep.
when they have been blessed with a talent that just happens to land, in their lap, and they're going
Right.
after it and doing it regardless of what people have to say unapologetically. And I think that's so dope to be able to do that. And so as it pertains to acceptance, what is your hope for those that are living in the LGBTQ community?
That we are treated equally across the
Period.
board, period.
Period. Poo. As they say, per. My niece taught me
Period.
it's per.
Period. Period. I can't even say it. Period.
No, let it go.
Period.
Move on. Let it go. We're too
No,
old.
yeah,
We're old. Yeah.
too old. But I just want to be created equal,
Mm,
treated equally, like just like as an African American male, I want to be treated equally. So,
right.
I want that for everybody.
Yes. Equally, equity, equality, all the things. Like, why not?
Right.
Like, why not? Like, ask yourself if you're someone that is really judging or treating someone differently, why? Like, what is your real reason why? Why is that your
Yeah.
job? Like, who
Yep.
gave you that job and responsibility?
Authority.
Yeah, to just be
Yeah.
mean or nasty or going out of your way to make someone else's life difficult. Someone who gets one life just like you do. Why is it
Mhm.
your job to wreak havoc or make them feel like they don't belong here or don't? That's not your job. Like,
Yep.
period. And again, I'll have my child at some point listen to this episode to be reminded that, that's not your job. And, she loves you, knows you, whatever. And we had a conversation with her way back in the day, Mr. Tyron is gay. She's like, cool. But then you'll come and you're teaching her how to do flowers and all of that. And she's so excited.
Right.
So again, just
Yeah.
loving you for who you are and the talents that you bring to the table. I think that's just the best thing that we can do at this point.
Yeah.
And so, what advice would you give someone that hasn't come out to their family, friends, church, fraternity? Like, speak to that person right now that is feeling just some type of way. The person that was you at age 27.
First and foremost, you have to love yourself. Nobody can love you like you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself well, you need to figure out how to love on yourself. Once you master that part, then you can start, living your truth. Because at the end of the day, what matters is what you think and not what anybody else. Once I figured that part out, I began to be okay. I began to move throughout life and start accomplishing goals that I didn't even see for myself. Like those blessings don't stop because you're gay. People don't stop giving you opportunities because you're gay. You know, all of that, all of that literally like, so love yourself first. When you love yourself first, that's what it is. people are attracted to people who love on themselves. You
Facts.
love on, yeah, when you love on yourself, you attract that good energy. So that's where it starts at. That's where it starts at.
That's so good. That is so good because I'm sure once you decided to love yourself as you were, it
Hmm.
probably was like a, some weight lifted off your shoulder, a
Oh
roadblock removed,
gosh.
a hurdle,
Yeah.
because you said you hit your stride and you were able to just reach for goals because now your energy isn't on hiding something. When you have secrets, man,
Yeah.
that's like a whole nother like you gotta keep up with your
Yeah.
lies. It's a
Yeah.
lot. So that's why you definitely want to be truthful and just do you for sure. But on the flip side, what advice do you have for family and friends when a loved one does come out and does feel comfortable just saying, "Here I am. This is me. Accept it."
Take a take a look at yourself. Look at the man in the mirror, right? Before you try to box in somebody or judge somebody else, because I'm sure there is something about you um, that's not perfect.
Mm,
We're all made by the same God, and we're all put here with something to deal with. So, hey, we all have a cross to bear.
yeah. That's true. Everybody's, if you are a Christian, God fearing
Hmm.
person listening, and we all sin every single day, all day, and
Hmm.
your sin isn't greater than mine. Not to say that obviously the life you live is sinful, but
Hmm.
it's one of those things where I'm not perfect. So how dare me go and judge someone else
Exactly.
for something that they can't change in your case?
And yeah, you have to look past what society uh, would have labeled as a flaw, or you would have labeled as a flaw. It's almost somebody that's like that has like a drug addiction, or who's an alcoholic or whatever. You know that they have a good heart, so you see past that dark place that they're dealing with, according to you, and you look at the heart of the person and know that they're a good person. So looking at the man in the mirror and then looking past something that you see as a fault, uh, to just look at that heart, because the heart truly tells who the person is. And if you
Hmm.
figure that part out, then you'll be okay.
So true. So let's shift gears a little bit here. So around these
Okay.
parts, we don't believe in the word balance. However, you're running a business
We
empire.
don't.
No, we do not. And you're running a business empire. You are an amazing friend amongst other things. And so I'm curious to know, what is TyRon's not version, but definition of living well-rounded?
Living well rounded is that everybody gets a piece of,
Whoa, whoa,
but I
whoa.
get a
Let's
majority.
let's let's rephrase that.
Oh, pause.
Says the guy who says he's not
No.
promiscuous and what.
No. So what I mean is that so everybody gets a piece of the pie, right? But I get a majority of the pie. So my family get a little love, my business gets a little love, my friends gets a little love, but I make sure that I get a majority of the love, because my life would not be complete, um, or well-rounded if the love does not circle back to myself. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
your version of living well-rounded is putting yourself above others because you can't pour
Yes.
from an empty well. Like people
Right.
say that all the time. Like if I don't put myself first, self-care, make myself a
Hmm.
priority, then how can I show up for everybody else around me? And so I totally get, where you're going with that because it's so important. It's
Yeah.
definitely important. And so what are you most looking forward to in this next exciting season of clarity and great things that are to come in your life?
Oh wow, that's a tough question. For so many reasons. But so I just turned 40, and
Thank the Lord
uh,
for that. What a blessing.
thank the Lord for it's a true blessing, and I just don't know, to be honest and transparent, what the next phase of this life looks like. I just know it's going to be great.
Amen.
I just
Claim it.
can't put I can't put my finger on what that greatness look like right now. It hasn't been made clear to me. I just know that it's going to be great, and I'm going to be ready for it. And everybody that's connected to me would need to be ready for it too.
Oh, we ready.
So
We
you
ready.
You ready?
We ready.
Get my
We ready.
Beyonce voice.
Yes, we are ready for it.
So that's the exciting part. I mean,
Yeah.
the not so exciting part is that I just don't know what that looks like. You know how you just have this feeling like it's coming. I
Yeah.
just don't know what it is, but
Greater.
it's
Isn't there a
coming.
song, Greater is Coming, or Greater is something? Come on, church boy.
I think
Yeah,
some like Tasha Cobbs or something like
yeah. Yes,
that.
greater is coming. And I think it's amazing when you have that feeling and you have
Mhm,
the drive, and if you can make space for it and you're
mhm.
ready for it, then the sky's the limit. So I just love how you're putting it out into the universe, that you know something amazing is going to come from it, and you keep that
Yeah.
positive energy and positive vibe, and you for sure, I know, will be blessed. I feel it as well in the cloud.
Yay. They say we're 2 or 3 gathered.
Yes. The thing is, when he's blessing people in the neighborhood, then it's your turn as the neighbor.
Yep.
So, yes.
Yep.
And so, on a personal level, what are you saying no to in order to say yes to what matters most in this upcoming season?
Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit rated R here. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Do you? Do you, boo?
Uh, to me, I'm saying no to bullshit for real.
Yeah.
Like if I could smell it coming, no.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye. So I could say yes to the greater things that are coming my way. I hope I didn't offend anybody by saying that word, but I literally mean what I said. I've gone through a lot in these past 40 years, and I'm just the BS. I can see it coming. So it's instantly shut down because I
Yeah.
know that if I pay attention to it, it's going to cause some type of conflict with the future.
That
That
is so
makes
true.
sense. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
you just made me think of something. Like, if you're given that energy and space, then how will you have time to create, to grow, to live if you're
Right.
putting all your energy into all the wrong things? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so clean it up, kick it out as soon as possible so that there is
Yep.
space and not time wasted, which is something that we tend to do sometimes, is we waste time on things that
Mm-hmm.
we know are toxic, that are not what we need right now. So that's a great point there. All right. So we are going to do my favorite part of the show, which is the rapid fire and this or that segment. So, Joseph, are you
Okay.
ready?
I think I'm ready. I listen to all your podcasts and you do
Yes.
this, and it's I actually love this segment of
You're in the
your
hot seat.
podcast. So now I'm in the hot seat. Let me get my game face on.
All
Okay.
right. I wish I had some music. I'm gonna holler at the podcast editor. Like, put some music here. All right. So let's do this. You are stuck on an island. What are 3 things that you must have?
My credit card, my phone, and 3 things.
You went on a roll, and then you like, wait.
Man, I'm just say Crown, my bottle of Crown.
Your drink of choice. Yes.
My drink of
I'll have
choice.
your bottle when you come see me in a few weeks. Awesome.
Ah, yay!
I'm excited. Europe vacay or Caribbean getaway?
You already know what this is.
I already know the
It's Turks. I'm ready to go to Turks.
Yes.
So,
Yes, we're going to Turks soon, and very soon. That is our plan. So, do you prefer to be a passenger or a driver?
oh, passenger.
So serious. If you could hire a personal chef, a personal chef is option A, once a week cleaning service B, or a personal driver, which of those 3 would you select?
Cleaning service.
Yes, I hear you on that one. So, do you prefer for someone to call you or text you?
Text me.
Text. Noted. Don't call.
Oh, you can call. You're my favorite. So
Yes, same here, boo. Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
You're a YouTuber. Noted. As a floral designer extraordinaire, what is your favorite flower?
The Phalaenopsis orchid.
So fancy. Those are the ones that like hang over, that are
Yeah, that
super
has these white
expensive.
petals.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. You're the queen has come right. Hey, girl. Hey. Yes. Come on. I wish y'all could see his gestures, talk about the flower, jazz hands.
Jazz hands,
I
spirit
love
fingers.
it. See your true authentic self. Come on out. Yes.
Yes.
What is your favorite candy?
Ooh, gosh, favorite candy, Airhead. I
Airheads,
love
really?
Airhead. Yeah,
Interesting. Would you prefer a rich friend or a loyal friend?
loyal,
All day, every day.
loyal, all day, every day.
Can we get both?
Man, you know what?
That would be lovely.
That
What
would
was,
be lovely.
yes, what was your first job?
Oh, I was a ticket taker at an amusement park in Memphis.
Okay, how did you like that job?
It was hot.
The summertime. You remember? It was hot. You get to
It was
ride the
hot.
rides for free?
No, we had to
What?
pay to get in.
You a lie.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
I kid you not. Yes.
You could
They
what?
made their coins off everybody. We got a discount to get into the park, but no, there was no riding
You was
free. We had
already
to
in the
pay.
park.
I was already, but I couldn't ride the rides in a uniform.
You better have a backpack and a change of clothes.
So yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And that was at 14. My first job was at 14.
So you've been hustling your whole life.
Girl, every day I'm hustling.
Cues music.
Yeah.
What drink are you ordering at the bar?
Crown,
All right.
mint.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Yep.
And what is something on your bucket list?
Mm, to live comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
To live
mean,
comfortable.
we're going to make that happen. Yes.
Yeah. And I always tell people that, like, I don't have to be rich. I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to live a comfortable life,
Hmm.
a free, comfortable life,
Hmm.
you know, no pressure.
No pressure. You ain't say I want to go bungee jumping. You was like, no, I'm just working to just wake up, do the things I want to do, live peacefully. I respect it.
Live peacefully.
That
Yeah.
is so good. All right, TyRon Wells of Wells Events, where may our well-rounders find you on the web?
So you can find me at www.wellsdesignco.org
You're showing
or
your age
hop
with
on
the
over
wait,
to
wait. Let's back this up. You're showing your
okay.
age with www.http. How about wellsevents.com or co or whatever it is? Like
Okay, 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 okay,
JK, I'm
okay,
kidding.
okay.
I'm kidding.
No, you good.
Oh, let me just
So
let's
you
be right. Like, all right, TyRon, where may our well-rounders find you on the web?
you can find me at wellsdesignco.org, or you can hop on over to Instagram and follow Wells Events. I am also on Facebook, Wells Design Company. So
Yes. And you guys, like I said, his feed is so beautiful. So many creative things you will find over there and inspiration. That's why I like following your page because everything you do is completely unique and different. And it inspires me to change it up a bit and think outside the box. So,
you're just
oh
too sweet.
man, this was fun. At least I
Yes,
think we're
it
fun. People might
was.
think we're corny, but this is who we are.
Man, I love it when we get together.
It's a
We're
mess.
unstoppable.
Yes. J and J.
J and J,
But
J
the
squared.
funny thing is when I say J&J, I think about the Johnson and Johnson COVID shot now. So we might have to come up with a new name.
Oh yeah. Did they put that back on the market?
It's back. People they getting a vaccine, let them live.
Oh.
We will wrap this up.
Oh.
We may go live when you come and visit a few weeks after this show.
I would so love that to do that with you. Seriously.
All right, we'll do a
Yes.
follow-up live and just have candid conversation and invite some new friends into our chat. But no, thank
Yes.
you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this show and spreading the message of love. Honestly, that's what it comes down to, love and self-love. And that is what we hope you will do more more spreading of love and making sure that you take time to love yourself so that you can just be a blessing to other people. And so I love you dearly. I'm excited for
I
what is
love
to
you
come.
too.
It's going to be amazing. We are working on it, both of us. And
Yes.
I love how we hold each other accountable and just cheer each other on. And I hope that
Hmm.
if you're listening, you do have someone that gives you that same love and encouragement. in which Ty and I
Yes.
find in each other. But well-rounders, until next time, remember to stay safe, stay positive, and focus on what matters most. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Friends, thanks for kicking it with us this week. Remember to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode airs. I'd love it if you leave us a review and share this goodness with your squad. Until next time, seek a well-rounded life and remember to focus on what matters most.